This one it came along at exactly the right time. This is the sort of thing I needed to read. I've been reading a lot of horror lately, and it fit perfectly in with all of that. So, the Montgomery estate, it revolves around a high school freshman called Claire, and she is obsessed with the Montgomery estate. Um, the family that lived there were very well to do, and 100 years prior, they were viciously tortured and killed. Nobody knows why, nobody knows who did it, and since then, the house has just fallen to rack and ruin. It's attracted the interest of paranormal investigators. When the last surviving member of that family finally dies, Claire decides, being a kid, that I'm going to break in there and investigate myself and solve the mystery because I belong in Scooby Doo. Yeah, it doesn't, nothing really happens. She thinks she captures something on a camera, but she's not sure. But it's okay because her favourite paranormal investigators from TV, the Spectres, who are essentially a parody of the Ghost Adventures crew and Zach Bagans, they receive a tip-off that the place might have activity and they come to investigate. Unfortunately, while Claire idolizes these people, when they meet in the cafe in town, they kind of shrug her off as a loser, a waste of space, and to leave it to the professionals. So, a little bit pissed off, Claire and her best friend Lizzie decide they're going to break into the Montgomery estate and screw with their investigation a little bit before revealing eventually that it was all a prank, and that's what you get for being so mean to us, sort of thing. However, the house is not as abandoned as they may think it is because the Montgomery family never left, and they do not like intruders. This was brilliantly spooky, good splash of gore. At the beginning, it gives you the feel of a YA, but in terms of the disturbances and the goings on at the estate, they're not too vividly descriptive, they're not too gorily descriptive. But once it really kicked in, and Claire and Lizzie were thrown into the action, and it really started moving along, the violence and the gore and the creep factor really ramped up. I love the use of the fictionalized, if a bit dickish, version of the Ghost Adventures crew. It works really well. And the descriptions of the ghosts and the entities themselves was so vividly descriptive, hauntingly visual. You could picture them in your head and their twisted faces and their blackened skin and all these various things. The pacing was really good. The storyline was really interesting. The characters were intriguing, and the ending provided a really nice twist, sort of an ambiguous ending. So you could lend it to a sequel if you wanted, but I think it would be better if it was left there, just so it lets the reader kind of visualize what happened next, maybe. I read it in a single sitting on a cold night just before New Year, and it was thoroughly enjoyable and highly recommended. It was exactly the sort of thing I was looking for at the time, and Samantha's done a fantastic job. I gave it 4 stars. Well, I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. What I actually want to give it is 4.5. But Goodreads in 2025 still don't have half stars. So, to you, 4.5 stars. Very good. Go and check it out. If you want your book reviewed, just go to the link in the bio, click on the form and fill it in, and we could be seeing you in the next one.